You blow my mind. Outstanding. Girl, you knock me out. Okay. So anyway, guys, before I get into it, you know what today is. It's Real Housewives of Potomac Day. You know, I'm really happy that I was bored. So then that way I ain't got a lot of shit to say, and this is going to be hopefully much quicker than the other ones that I've done, because the other ones got up to about 22 minutes. Hopefully this one don't go past 15 minutes, right? But enough talking about that. Let's talk about this. Hey guys, hey, this is Nay. Follow me on IG, Periscope, Twitter, Spreaker, and support me on Patreon at Nayrob on YouTube. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, comment respectfully, and subscribe. Finally, don't forget to hit that notification bell down to your right so you can be notified of all my up-and-coming videos. Now, let's talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay. The show opens up with Jizza and Cal is her hairdresser. And it was strange to me that she is very aware that Cal has threw her in a trick bag with some of them hairstyles that she had been wearing. Like even last night, I'm like, Joe, it looks like your hair at the top is like natural and you thinned it out and humidity got to it. And then at the hair at the bottom, like if you're wearing pieces, they don't match your hair texture. Like I think what she's doing is, you know, just doing it the old school way, have pieces sewn in around here so that she could be able to, you know, do whatever it is she wants. But the hair doesn't match, girl. It don't match. I'm like, Jizza, you can't look at yourself and see that like what you have on is like funny looking. Like that shirt she had on yesterday, I'm like, girl, where the hell did you get that from? Party City? The costume store? That shit was terrible. It looked terrible on her. Like she don't know her colors. She don't know like nothing. Like nothing. Like with those color eyes and her complexion, she should always be wearing green. You're welcome. If you see this video, Jizza, it's you're welcome. So like a jade green, in fact. So also, you know, what they had to do with Cal, they had to talk about Karen life, because you know everybody's storyline is Karen and what is Karen doing, and let's, you know, talk about Karen. I'm like, girl, get your own damn life. So then we get into Ashley, who is unpacking from Cannes, and she's in her feelings because she feels like, you know, I should be coming home and my husband should be greeting you. Girl, newsflash, he don't like you no more. He do not like you no more. She mentioned that her mother is more independent now, that she's no longer living in the extended stay, and that she's actually moving into a house. It looked like it was a townhouse when they showed it later on, of her own, and she did it by herself. What she did say about what Ashley did say about her mother was this, that I will not take away from her. I will not throw a little, you know, dig on it, anything. As she said that her mom was not financially secure, but she was very loving. I'm sure that it's a lot of kids out here that are financially secure that would love to have a hug from their mother or support from their mother or some type of something from their mother to let them know that what they have is real. So then we're going to get into Karen and Matt, because, you know, last week, Karen was the target by all the girls, because not all the girls, just, you know, the huzzies. The huzzies, that's all I could say. But anyway, Karen was the target of all the huzzies last week because, you know, Bobblehead Ashley had said that, well, Matt told me that she was living in the house, a little apartment in Rockville, okay? And then when Karen approached him and said, what's going on here? Because they saying that you telling people my business. And I want to know what was said. And Matt clarified and said, well, I told them that when I initially met you, it was some years back, and that's when you was living with, what's his name? Mr. Huger in his bachelor pad. That's what I said. I said, oh, okay. So she didn't say, so she twisted it to make it seem like that's what's going on now. But Matt said that was years ago that when they met. Now, Bravo TV is shady as I don't know what. They on that flashback, and I'm happy that they are on a flashback because sometimes it make these girls look stupid or just sometimes when you sit back and you watch it, then sometimes I would think it would make these girls think, well, wait a minute, maybe I'm not as slick as I think I am, because Karen was like, yeah, that was about 24 years ago that you met me in the apartment or the townhouse in Rockville. And I'm saying to myself, yeah, Karen, you're tripping. I think her numbers was off. I don't think she's deliberately lying, but I think her numbers are off because Matt doesn't even look like he's 32, And then what happened was Bravo flashed back to when Matt said that he'd been knowing Karen for 12 years. So, I mean, I'm telling you, he don't even look like he's 32, maybe 35, so, white people years. He look about 35, So I think she just made a mistake when she said 24, 25 years ago. I'm telling you, girl, he was probably 10. Your numbers aren't right. Girl, do you even know who you was talking to at the time? Karen be lunching. She wants some other shit. So then we get to Karen and her sister, and these are the hair huzzies. And they're having a conversation about we need to be more independent of mommy because mommy is... what is that? Mommy is controlling and we want a storefront, but we need mommy's money. Okay. And this point right here, at this level right here, I was like, these girls seem like they are such users because later on, Candace was like, yeah, as soon as this wedding is taken care of, I'm going to break away from my mother. So it seems like you use her when it's convenient to you. And I'm telling you, Candace, if you ever come across that, the main reason why people don't respect you is because you talk about your mother and your dynamic with your mother is that of a 16-year-old. And it's hard for someone to take you seriously when you reach to your mom so much, plus you have a husband. You rely so much on your mother and you have a husband or a fiance or a man in your life. It's jarring whenever you talk about my mother's so controlling and blah blah blah. It's just Robin and her real estate endeavors. I'm really happy that Robin is moving on with her life. They're advancing. They're becoming very secure, not very secure, but more secure in their finances. And like I said before, when your money is fucked up, your relationship is always fucked up. Unless you are, unless you're from Good Times, with James and Florida. They're the only people that can make it through, money problems and make it out and still love each other even more. Everybody else be about to pull their damn hair out and punch each other in the face. They get to the house that Robin is flipping. The girls, Ashley and Jizza, is like, oh my God, it's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. That's what the houses do. They are disgusting. When you're flipping them, they're disgusting. That's what happens. But they should know better to know enough that, the house, once you flip it, it can be a diamond. So I don't understand why they was acting so stupid. Oh, like I want to run past the weeds because it might touch me. Now, that girl, I see that. If it was going to touch my skin, then I would be like, oh, don't let this shit touch my skin. But that wasn't the case. The case was, it was, she had on, the girl had on knee-high boots. I'm like, Ashley, girl, to come to a demolition party, you bring on some high-heel boots, girl, bang. Girl, bang. And not Robin, what's her name? The Jizza looked a damn mess as usual. That girl don't know how to do anything but look a goddamn mess. Anyway, when they're in the demolition party, Jizza picks up not a knife, child, bang. Picks up a sledgehammer and hits the wall. And she's like, this is for Sherman taking back his Jay-Z tickets. I said, ooh, he is not fucking with you, girl. He is not fucking with you. They're discussing Karen's business again. This time they're taking a shot at her. Ashley took a shot at her in regard to her tax situation. And I don't listen. Everybody has had a situation with the tax man. Okay. If you haven't had it yet, oh, it's going to come. It's going to come. I don't care if the tax man sends you a letter in the mail and say, oh, we redid your taxes and you actually owe this time. Instead of, us paying you, you owe us. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, just wait your turn. And if you are able to live this life without any problems, and you can have troubles on your taxes without you even understanding why, because of the fact you just didn't understand certain things about your taxes. Anything can happen. And the way they make it seem is like, like Ashley owns a restaurant. If you think for 1 second that you're not going to have problems when it comes down to those taxes, when you do your business, when you contact H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt or whoever it is, or Sam's, Crab Shack, whatever, and you think that you're not going to eventually have tax problems or at least have a concern one year, you tripping. Everybody is privy to the thrashes of the boogeyman. Okay. Monique and her husband, he gives her birthday gift, or her, because she was in Cannes or France when her birthday actually happened. But they were sitting out back in a beautiful house, and she was rubbing his feet, and he gave her some, I think it was Givenchy sneakers. Yeah, I think it was Givenchy or Givenchy. I don't know how you pronounce it. Givenchy, Givenchy. I don't know. Do I have any Givenchy or Givenchy? I don't know, girl. I got to go in that closet and look. Child, I had so much shit over my life. I don't know. I also looked up Monique and her husband's zodiac. Monique is a Libra, and her husband is a Leo. I say that it's like one of the greatest combinations in regards to love. But one thing about it, it explains her dynamic with him. Because I told you, basically, when you have a Libra woman with a Leo man, it's just basically you're just there to do his bidding. And that should explain a lot. Right? Karen is inside her Great Falls house, her beautiful Great Falls house. And she just basically says, I don't want them hussies in my house, period. It's her house. So then we get to Ashley and her mommy, and they're inside Ashley's mom's house, and they talked about France. Ashley talking too much, told her mother. I thought that was inappropriate for her to tell her mother that. That was hurtful. Ashley's so pressed, I guess, to keep having that Real Housewives of Potomac money that she doesn't realize that some things you're crossing the line with. Like, Michael had to check her before. Like, listen, we're not gonna have that conversation here. And the conversation that you had with your mother about Michael not wanting to have babies with you because he thought that he thinks that I'm going to be a mother like you. Did you catch that tea when Ashley Mothers was like, I have relationships with all my kids and none of my kids curse me out when they talk to me? I said, oh, and they keep bringing up the fact that maybe Ashley's going to be his, or that Ashley is supposed to be his trophy wife. Listen, y'all are delusional. Y'all are absolutely delusional about this trophy wife bullshit. If he wanted a trophy wife, he could be with anybody. Y'all are delusional. Y'all are putting 20 on 10 with Ashley. Trust me. It's a whole bunch of bobblehead mixed white girls out there. And where are they from? It's not Burtonsville. It's right up the street from where my house is back home. It's like Sandy Spring. It's Sandy Spring. Where is it from? Like Burtonsville, Sandy Spring area. It's a whole bunch of mixed bobblehead, big bony whitehead girls up there. Okay, blonde girls up there. Okay, he don't have to be with her. Okay, it's just that she's the only one that's oblivious to the fact that she is actually his bird. Beard. Bird. Beard. Charlie be my accent child. We have Karen, Monique, and Candace talking. Candace is talking about her wedding and her mama problems again. And Karen says that basically the reason why people don't really respect you is because you're way too emotional. 20 on 10, guys. 20 then on we 10. Get to the caper. Okay. The stunt queens, as I call them. So we got Robin, Jizza, and Ashley. Jizza actually look cute with that black hair. Now, I don't think she should wear it all the time. You know what? Jizza is actually light enough that she could wear red hair. She need to wear red hair and jade green. And I believe she'll look beautiful. Jizza. Pay attention, girl. I'm giving you some juice. Talk about Karen and her business and who she fucking and why she ain't wearing her ring and where is your husband and your husband like my girlfriend and just all this stuff. Karen, I have mad respect for you. Mad respect. Because for you to be able to stand in your shits and keep your head up the entire time and these hoes are like gunning for you. Because these girls are crazy. You know what's funny? Okay, this year is Karen. Next year, who's it going to be? I'll be glad when y'all make a Jizza. I hope next year y'all burn Jizza ass out for something. Y'all know. And don't nobody talk about her ex-husband. Nobody. And they doing a drive-by on Karen's house. Okay. And they supposedly are delivering pizzas. That is some mean girl shiz. So the show ended when Robin, her dumb ass, she got the daggone, all of them have little costumes on. But Robin dumbass is the one that walked to the door with the pizza and knocked on the door. And that's when the show comes. Anyway, guys, remember this. The same people you meet on the way up will always be the same people you meet on the way down. Naysayers, my patron loves. Have a good one. Deuce.